What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to the Imperfect Action Show, episode 70. You guys know what it is on this show, right? What do? We bring amazing people on six, seven, eight-figure earners. They're gonna teach you guys a strategy lesson on the marketing side or the business side. And I had to bring my guy on. I mean, this dude's doing incredible things. 20 years old, just got to Tessie, you know what I'm saying? Running up six, seven figure bags on the gram, teaching people how to do the same thing, change their life with a piece of social media, which is crazy, all from the phone, bro. And I got to think about it. When I was his age, what was I doing? I think I was hooping, bro. I think I was outside hooping at the park. You know what I'm saying? Playing 3 or 4 hours of basketball. This dude's getting some bags right now, bro. Man, Ty, welcome to the show, bro. Welcome to the show, man. I'm excited to have you on. Welcome to the Imperfect Action Show.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, man, 100%. So, what I'm gonna do, what I generally do in the beginning of the show, I send a text out to the community, let them know that we're up and popping, that we're live. So while I'm doing that, why don't you tell people a little about you, how you got into the game, where you came from, and the type of impact that you're looking to make right now.
Cool. So what's going on, everybody? My name is Tajon. You can call me Ty. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur residing here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I teach entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs and coaches how to make a bag using Instagram. Because let's face it, Instagram is one of the most underutilized tools when it comes to marketing, right? A lot of times people are letting Instagram use them as opposed to them using Instagram. And my goal is to help teach people and show them the right way to use Instagram. And I just to kind of give you guys a backstory, I've been to marketing. I know I'm only 20 years old, but I've been to marketing for the past 5 years, right? Since I was in high school, 15 years old. I'm talking spending hundreds of dollars per day on Facebook ads, seeing no return, doing the same thing with Instagram influencer marketing. So I've been in the game for some time now. But what really made me turn up was this past COVID. I feel like COVID, and I hate to say it, but it's like there's a blessing in disguise, right? For a lot of people. And during that time, that's when I ran into this thing called having a digital product and leveraging OPA,
Yeah.
leveraging OPA in order to get seen more, right? Because the name of the game is to be seen. And a lot of times, my business is no different than Fashion Nova's. Your business is no different than Fashion Nova's. For anybody out there that has a clothing line, for anybody out there that has any business, your business is no different than any of these bigger brands. The name of the game is to be seen. And since they're being seen more, they're coming off as the authority or the leader in that space, right? But I figured out about OPA using other people's audience. And once I found out the power of using other people's audience to bring their audience to my audience, the rest was history, bro.
How did you stumble on that though? Because you said during the pandemic you found about these digital products and you
Yeah,
found
so
out about
basically me and
OPA. So how did that like where did you discover that from?
yeah, so me and my guy Jalen, we were doing something. I forgot what it was. I think we started making TikTok videos, like inspirational, motivational TikTok videos, and he had ended up making a course. Right, it was something. It had something to do with state funds and teaching people how to claim state funds for other people and make a profit. He made a course for that, and then he went out and he reached out to an Instagram page, theme page, whatever. He paid for a promo, and once I seen how much money he made in 24 hours doing it, I was like, hold on. I think he might be on to something. Let me try something out. So what did I do? I asked myself this one question: what is something that comes easier to me but harder for others? Once you ask
Mm,
yourself that one question, you know what you can create. Because a lot of times we don't have products that we want to create, or we don't know where to start. Start with this. Start with your knowledge. What is something that comes easy to you but harder for others? I asked myself that one question. I've been a web designer. I'm a web designer by trade. I eat, sleep, live, code. Right. So while doing web design work, I found an untapped method to building, creating, and selling Shopify stores for thousands of dollars within a few days. Right. And I was going to take that same knowledge and I leveraged it. I turned it into a course. And once
mm.
I did that, I was like, okay, cool. Now I have step one out the way. I have a product. Now let me try to market this using Instagram. Right. Let me reach out to a big Instagram theme page and let me see if I can bring some traction to this. Because the name of the game is to be seen. Right. Visibility is king. If I can get seen, if I can get my product seen in front of hundreds of thousands of eyes, I know I'd make money. Right. So I reached out to a couple pages. 5 days later, I was up like $3,500 for a product that wasn't even made yet.
I
I
like
just
that, bro. I like that a lot.
for a product that wasn't even made yet, right? And a lot of people are probably asking, "What do you mean it wasn't made yet?" Literally, y'all, I knew the product I wanted to create it was going to pertain around building, creating, and selling simple Shopify stores for thousands of dollars because that's what I know, right? So I said, let me build out this product page. And one thing about me, anybody that knows me knows, I hate my time and my money being wasted. So I was like, I'm not about to spend all this time creating this course, recording the videos, putting all the resources, tools, and templates you need inside the course for nobody to buy it. So I say, you know what? Let me just make a pre-order for this. Let me make a pre-order for this, and let me see who's actually, if anybody will actually buy,
So
right?
with that pre-order, was that just something that you thought, or did you also get that from somewhere too? Like, because most people would be afraid to, like, sell something before it exists. So where did you get the inclination to do a pre-order?
I've been e-commerce marketing for years, so I always knew about the pre-order game.
Yeah.
Right, I love selling things before having it made. That's what any and everything that I do. So I kind of already been knew about that. To give you kind of an idea, prior to this, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, I was drop shipping.
Mm.
Right, I was drop shipping, building e-commerce brands. So coming up with a pre-order was, I already knew how to do all that. I knew the power in it. Um, but yeah, I created the pre-order because I knew that, like, why am I going to spend time creating this if nobody wants it? You know what I mean? So let me just create a pre-order page and let me see if people actually want it, because it's very easy. And there's two ways you can do this, right? And I don't want to go everywhere, but there's multiple ways you can, if you have a product, how you can test it to see if people want it. There's a free way and there's a paid way. The free way is asking people, hey, would you want this? And then getting their emails. Anybody can put in their email, but not just anybody's going to slide their card. All right. So I made that pre order, boom, $3,500 in 5 days before the product was even made. And the rest was history.
Bro, I like that a lot, man. You literally put I mean, in essence, it's a digital product, but really, you did it before the product was coming even out, because at that point, you're like, well, if nobody buys it, there's no sense in me even making it. So let me just see if the people even want it. But for those that don't really see the value, what's the value with getting the data in the contacts? Because there's a lot of people that I speak to. There's a lot of people that are still moving, and even in entrepreneurship, that aren't collecting customer data. So what's the value there?
Customer data is key. I read this article somewhere, and it said the most valuable commodity in the world of everything is data.
Mm.
Just having that data is so powerful because of the things you can do with it, how you can reuse it, right? And just to kind of give you guys an idea, if it went over anybody's head, I literally leverage something called a theme page, an Instagram theme page. I may not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 followers, but somebody does. So I leverage an Instagram theme page, right? It's a curated page that posts specific content for a specific group of people. Think
So
of
so
your
give so give an example of like some theme pages that people might know.
Yep, the Shade Room,
Mm.
Hollywood Unlocked, Spiritual Work. These are all Instagram theme pages, y'all. They don't do this for fun. They do it because it's a business, right? Justin LeBoy. Any page that posts specific content for a specific group of people is an Instagram theme page, right? So I may not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 followers. You may not have it either, but guess what? Somebody does. So imagine if you had the opportunity to promote your product on the Shade Room's platform with over 26 million followers. Do you think you'd make money? Like, it's a no-brainer, right? But basically, I leverage something called an Instagram theme page using OPA, other people's audiences, for whoever it may have went over their head. And literally, this is how I'm bringing traction to my business. This is how I'm bringing traction to my page. And I literally just duplicate what works and I kill what doesn't work.
Duplicate what works. What is the average of what people would spend on theme pages, and then how often should you be on there with your product or your service? Like, should you have a commitment? Do an agreement with them monthly? Should it just be one in a while, like once in a while? Like
That's a
how can you
great question.
discern like how often you should do it?
That's a great question. Y'all make sure y'all take out your notes for this one. All right. The first thing that you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to compile a list of about 5 to 10 Instagram theme pages. Right. The way that you do this is you type in your industry, whatever you're selling. Let's say you have a product that teaches people how to build wealth. Let's say you have a product that teaches people how to repair, rebuild their credit. You want to use a page pertaining around wealth. So Black Millionaires is a perfect example. Black Hustlers Club is a perfect example, right? You want to use something like that. Black Wall Street is a perfect example. Want to use a page like that, right? Once you use a page like that, now you want to test it, right? Now, I don't advise anybody go straight to the shade room without testing their ad, because at the end of the day, this is all testing, right? You want to test it, right? We want to test on smaller pages that cost anywhere from $50 to $200, and once we see that it works, once we find a winning ad, that's when we're posting 2 to 3 ads throughout the week on several different pages. Right. So to answer your question more straightforward, when you're first starting, you might want to put aside a budget of around $200 to $500.
Mm.
This is a testing budget that you can use. Once in during this testing budget, the two things you're testing is the ad and the page that you're using, right? But once you do that, after you test that, once you find a winning creative, a winning ad, that is then when you want to scale up. And that's when you want to start going on 2 to 3 pages per day if you can, and just throwing out these ads, because the name of the game is to be seen. The name of the game is to be seen. Visibility is king. Like, I wish you guys understood how powerful this was. Like, nowhere in today's day and age is it normal to pay $200 for an ad and make back $5,000. Nowhere is it normal to pay $50 for an ad and make back $2,000. I'm talking in a span of 24 hours, y'all. Like, that's how powerful Instagram theme page marketing is. And once I realized, like, yo, this is really doing something, I just went all in.
So right now, y'all, we're talking to Ty about how to make money on the gram, specifically how you can run up 6 figures on Instagram, different strategies, digital products, and things like that. So I guess one of my next questions, if you guys have questions, drop them in the chat. One of my next questions is when people are thinking about like what type of products that they can have and leverage with Instagram. What type of products have you had success with, whether it's been digital or physical?
Got you. No, definitely. I've had success with both digital and physical. One thing I can say is digital is way more lucrative. And the reason being, we live in a day and age where everybody wants everything now, right? So if you can come up with a digital product that can be delivered instantly to 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 give whatever the other person is, obviously whatever the end customer is looking for, then you're going to be good. And I would wholeheartedly go with a digital product over a physical product. But can this work with a physical product? Yes. The reason being, you see Fashion Nova every single day, whether you follow them or not. They have partnerships with the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Spiritual Word. They're paying these companies millions of dollars every single year to post their product every single day because they know the name of the game is to be seen. They know visibility is king. So it works with both digital and physical products. More lucrative, digital, definitely.
Mm, that's crazy, man. So somebody right now that's watching that may have a digital product, they're making a couple, maybe they're making a couple dollars. You know what I'm saying? You're saying by leveraging theme pages, it's a great way for them to be more visible, and then obviously that can translate into more sales. But what about like what about the copy, call to actions? Like what are some of the things that they definitely have to make sure they have locked in to make sure that the transaction is successful? Because if they don't have if the copy's not right, or if the links aren't right, will they still make this money, or will they end up missing out on an
100%.
opportunity? Yeah.
That's a great question. There's several different qualities of a great promo, right? A lot of times people will think that, hey, I can just throw up any kind of post on an account with 500,000 followers and it's going to rain money. Nah, it doesn't work like that. I'll be the first to tell you, you will literally lose thousands of dollars if you think you can just walk up in there, post anything you want, and you're going to make money. It doesn't work like that, right? The two best kind of posts to post right now are reels that are less than 20 seconds long, reels that use trending sounds, and they're straight to the point, obviously with whatever you have to offer inside the reel being presented all the way throughout. The second best kind of content to post as promos, as ads right now, are something I like to call Twitter carousel threads, right? That's basically when you get a tweet and you make a thread and then you screenshot each tweet from that thread and you post it as a carousel post on Instagram, right? But not just any Twitter carousel thread. What I like to do, and it works very well for me, is something I like to call a value based post, right? So there's three key components in a Twitter carousel ad. right? Twitter carousel promo, call it what you want. The first one in the first slide is to build curiosity, build intrigue, have that person thinking like, yo, what is this guy talking about? What is this girl talking about? I actually want to slide to the next slide in this Twitter carousel ad, because you have to understand we're doing something called disruptive advertising, disruptive marketing. People don't go on Instagram to see me or Brendan. They don't. They go on Instagram to see their family, their friends, what's going on with life within their life. They don't go on there to see me, right? So we want to make sure we're grabbing their attention, building intrigue, right? Something that worked very well for me: how to turn $79 into $1,000. Parentheses, a play that actually works, with the face that was like a scared face. That built intrigue that made people say, I want to go to the next slide. On slides 2 through 4, I like to do nothing but value, provide them nothing but value. You have to understand, in order to get anybody to buy anything from you, they have to know, like, and trust you, right? So this is the part where I'm getting them to trust me, because I'm giving you nothing but value. I'm giving you all my best stuff for free. On the very last slide of that Twitter carousel post, you want to make sure it has a CTA in it, right? A call to action. You would be surprised how many people don't have CTAs in their posts. And I tell all my clients this all the time: make sure you have a CTA in every single post, whether it's a promo, whether it's an ad, whatever it is. It could be a regular post on your page. Make sure it has a CTA in it, right? The reason being is because I literally had days where I would have no money, like I made no money that day. And then I will make a post on Instagram, like a generic post, and I will literally put a CTA in the caption, and I'll be up $500 for the day off the strength of putting a call to action in my caption, right? And a lot of times people overlook that, but you have to understand we live in a day and age where we have to tell people exactly where we want them to go and what we want them to do. There's this new little hack that's been working crazy for me. In my captions, I've been putting "save this post for later" at the top of my captions. What I realize is when I go to my insights, my post now has more saves than it does likes. Fun fact: in order to get pushed more into the Instagram algorithm, it has to be saved and shared a lot, right? And for a post to have more saves than it has likes is crazy, right? But at the end of the day, the reason it works is because we're telling them exactly what we want them to do, when to do, and how to do it, right? We have to tell people, we have to guide people where we want them to go. We can't leave them astray. You have to understand, from the second somebody sees your post, whether you realize it or not, they're in your funnel, and it's your job to direct them to where you want them to go next. So those are two posts that have been working very well. Reels that are typically 20 seconds or less with trending sounds, and Twitter carousel posts to throw up on these Instagram theme pages.
So we got one question for the audience. This one's coming from Whitney. She's asking, if I got $1,000 for ads, how should I spend it?
Mm. So I would spend the first 500 testing, right? Me personally, I've done this. I can literally, I wish I could share my screen. I can count on one hand how many times I haven't been profitable doing this. But that's simply because I know what works. I know what doesn't work. So for somebody that's brand new to the game, you're probably going to end up spending $500 to $1,000 on just testing ads. But I need you to understand, the name is testing. At the end of the day, if you've done Google ads, you've done Facebook ads, you've done YouTube ads, everybody knows anything with marketing, everything is testing, right? So that's going to be your testing budget, $500 to $1,000. Another thing, you want to make sure that you're getting on good pages. A lot of times we get blinded by a page having 1 million followers, not knowing that 79% of the followers is from India. Not to say that there's anything wrong with India, but India is a third world country. It's not a buying country,
Yeah.
right? 1 million. I would much rather get on a page that has 50,000 followers with a 90% following from the US than a page that has 1 million followers with a 90% following from India. Because I know that page from India is not going to make me no money. And I know that page with only 50,000 followers, but 90% of them are from the US. I guarantee you that page is going to make me 10 times more money off the strength of it being a higher quality audience, right? So 3 things that we want to look for whenever we're looking at audiences, just because I want to make sure that you're fully prepared. 3 things that you want to make sure before using any Instagram theme page. One, to make sure that that Instagram theme page that you're specifically looking for has a following of at least 70% United States, right? And the way we find this is we simply DM them and say, hey, how much do you charge for promo, whatever? Could you send me your country demographics, right? Once you verify and validate that there's 70% United States demographics, the next thing you want to make sure and you want to tick off is to make sure they have an engagement ratio of at least 3%, right? And the reason 3% is just that number, right? But if they have over 500,000 followers, then makes they can have 1 to 2%, because obviously the more followers you get, naturally your engagement rate is going to go down. You're probably asking, how do I find engagement rate? Go to socialblade.com. That's how you find engagement ratios for any Instagram, any YouTube, any Facebook page. The third thing, you want to make sure that they're posting consistently, right? People don't do it as much anymore. But back in the day, what people used to do in order to like butcher their engagement ratio, they'll literally post 5 to 7 times throughout the day, and they'll delete any post that wasn't viral and keep up the posts that were viral. So it makes it look like their engagement rate is like 20%. In reality, it's not, because they're just deleting posts. So you want to make sure a page is posting consistently, and they have 3 to 5 posts per day up on their page. But those are three key components that you want to make sure to find a good Instagram theme page.
So y'all, again, if you're just popping in, shout out to Deanna. She's in Jamaica right now. She's tapping in from Ja. We're talking to my guy Ty, and he's helping you guys run up a bag on Instagram. We just dropped 3 plays that you should be looking for when considering posting on theme pages. He's letting you know that marketing should be viewed as testing, right? So if you got the money, you cannot be thinking that you're gonna get the results right away. And I feel like a lot of people, what they do is they're gonna make an investment in marketing. If they don't get that return right away, then they're gonna stop doing it, and that's actually incorrect. Like you shouldn't set up your mindset to move like that. Like Ty was saying, there is a portion of it that have to be introduced as testing, because you got to get enough data so you can discern which way you should move and which way you shouldn't move. We got a question coming in. This one's from Ty. She says, "Should we be doing that? I take it deleting the dead posts and keep the good ones."
On your personal pages,
Yeah.
definitely you can. But one thing I will say too is about that is pay close attention to your Instagram demographics. I have clients, people come up to me all the time, hey, how can I get my Instagram page lit? Right. So I know you didn't ask, but I just want to give you the game anyways. One thing I do is go into your Instagram insights, see which post went viral, or not necessarily viral, but see which post did good, which post did bad. Do more of what works, do less of what doesn't. A lot of times on Instagram, I realize that we tend to post what's easier for us, what doesn't cause us that much work, something that we can offshore to a VA, and they could just make us Canva template posts and just post on our account. Don't do that, right?
Mhm.
Just do more of what your audience likes and less of what you like. Once you start posting for them and not for you, you're going to see your page grow exponentially.
So this is a good question that I have, man, because I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's kind of like really um, not really concerned, but he's really interested in just making money from reels, because you know how, like, you can start making, some, you can make mini bags or a decent sized bag for reels, right? So
Hmm.
he's, instead of, I feel like, like you had mentioned, seeing what posts are working and what posts not working, he's just really focused on making money for reals. So number one, do you think that the revenue generated from just focusing on creating reels is something that people should focus on? And then number two, what are different ways people can actually leverage Instagram to make revenue? Because I think people are not really, fully understanding all the different ways that money can be generated on the app.
100%. To answer your first question, you can definitely go out there and make a bag using that, because I just recently got the feature on my Instagram too, where they're paying you to post reels. But let me preface this by saying the numbers that they're asking for are astronomically high, meaning they told me to get 11.2 million views on my reels to make $1,200. I remember somebody else got, they said 85 million views on their videos to make $8,500. It's definitely possible. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not possible, but it's probably not likely, which is why they put that such a high number. But let's say your goal was, yo, I'm gonna do this. I don't care, whatever it means necessary. The quickest way to do that, go to TikTok, go to Instagram, see the most viral trending sounds, and just make a whole bunch of videos using trending sounds. Because you have to understand they're viral and trending for a reason. A lot of times people may not want to watch your video, but off the strength of it having a trending sound, a viral sound, they're gonna want to listen to the video. You know how many times, excuse me, you know how many times I would not want to watch a video, but then I hear a sound that I actually like, and I literally just watch the video because I want to hear the sound. So the quickest way to do that is probably just posting a crap ton of videos using viral trending sounds, make sure the videos are less than 20 seconds long. Long videos never get viewed. And yeah, so it's definitely viable. You can do it. You definitely have to put in some work though. Second question: how to different ways to make a bag using Instagram? Right? There's plenty of ways to make a bag using Instagram, and I feel like this typically gets like a bad. I'm not gonna say a look, not a bad look, but people don't really understand. Right? A lot of people think, yo, you have 30,000 followers on Instagram. Instagram must be paying you good. Fun fact: Instagram doesn't pay you like for your followers, they just started recently paying people to post reels. That's a new feature, right? So to clear the air, Instagram does not pay you. You have to find a way to make a bag on Instagram, right? So a couple ways to make a bag on Instagram is one, leveraging your digital products, your physical products, and selling them on your platform. Two, affiliate marketing, meaning if you don't have a product, I don't have a product, I can go up to my boy, hey Brendan, yo, let me get an affiliate link to your mentorship program, your 12 week, whatever it is, and I'm just gonna be an affiliate for it, and I'm gonna sell it that way. Another way to get a bag, and this is for all my entrepreneurs and my go getters out there that probably thought about
My
this,
action takers, what up?
is we were talking about Instagram theme pages and how we have to pay to use their audience. How many of you guys actually thought about, yo, what if I was the audience? What if people paid me to post on my platform?
Yeah, we talked
Right?
about that one. That one go crazy.
Yeah, that goes crazy, right? But those are a few ways that you can make a bag using just Instagram. You just have to get a little creative because Instagram's not going to outright just pay you. Just recently, I mean, they started doing it with Reels a little bit, but other than that, they're not just going to outright pay you. So we have to find ways to start using Instagram as opposed to letting Instagram use us.
And that's a great one, man. And you teach people how to do that in your program. So we definitely want to talk about the different products and services you offer. Just the challenge that you had a couple of weeks ago that went crazy.
Yeah,
Stuff
that
like that.
challenge went crazy, bro.
I was it. Listen, I was in there, bro. I seen it. It went. It joint went nutty. Ty's asking, in terms of digital products, what's the best type of digital products to create, or maybe what's a range of some of the products that you have created yourself?
Um, I feel like that's the to answer that question. There's no best, right? It's dependent upon make something that you're passionate about. Don't just make anything. And to give you a more clear answer, I mean, you can do a 10+ video course. You can do a ebook. Ebook is the easiest and fastest way to get started. I see a lot more success with courses because people like to see, they like to hear, they like to know who they're talking to, who they're learning from, right? So I typically like to do courses, but I also have ebooks, I have courses, I have the whole 9 yards. I have even checklists. It's like a list of the best pages. That's a digital product, right? Just get creative. Anything that can be created online and sold digitally literally be turned into a digital product. And most importantly, don't go out there looking for the best digital product idea. Go out there and ask yourself what comes easy to you but harder for others and make a digital product around that.
So Deanna got an interesting question right now. Shout out to her because she's in Jamaica making it work with that iffy Wi-Fi. Her question is, what if your audience likes your personal life and not your business stuff as much? Example, my audience seems to love my date night videos. So how do I make that work?
Post more of your date night videos and try to intertwine your business in between it.
Yeah, that's a
It's
good one.
be told because you can't force an audience. You can't force your audience to like a new kind of content, right? I mean, over time, the more you post it, the more they'll kind of get used to it. But you can't force an existing audience to like a different kind of content. Maybe post your date night videos, and then in the middle of it, say this is possible because of my business.
Yo,
Just
I think will be good too. I think and Ty actually gave me this idea, like whether you take it to Instagram, I mean whether you keep it on Instagram or take it to YouTube. The first example you said of, yeah, this result is possible because of my program or whatever the case may be. But like, what if you have the subtle call to actions, you know what I'm saying, about the program? What if you basically did critiques on other dates? That's fire. People like that stuff. Like what if you see like Kim and old boy going on a date and you just start doing like date critiques, like, you know what I'm saying? People really like that type of voiceover and that type of reaction type of stuff. And then you can just have the call to actions below, to your products. And then also it might give you a different take on what to create next. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe people want to know proper dating etiquette. Maybe they want to
Mm,
know, the do's and don'ts of dating. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want to know the hot spots to go out in a particular area relative to like having a really nice date. I think those would be good. Those would be cool in different ways to kind of intertwine that, and then you just sell products like that. You just sell your digital product
mhm.
based on those topics.
Have everything intertwined. I like what you just said about critiquing other dates and then having a ebook that says the perfect date or something like that, and it just gives people game tips, tricks, strategies, maybe the best date night spots in every single city in the
Mm-hmm.
world or every state in the world as a valid idea. But just know whatever you post about, whatever your digital product is about, you want to make sure it's content that your audience already likes, and then you just intertwine it that way so it's less of a hassle and you're not forcing it in there, right? And every piece of content you have, guess what, is going to be a call to action to your course, to your program, to your product, to your ebook, whatever it is. But I definitely like the idea a lot.
So before we get out of here because we're getting we're on the hour. I got one more question, and then I want you to share with people everything you have going on and how they can connect with you. So in the spirit of collaboration over competition, let's talk about, let's say you and I were going to run up a bag on a digital product. Let's say we was going to come together on something, because I want people to understand they don't necessarily have to do it all by themselves.
Mm,
Like let's say me and you, we haven't talked about this before, but I want to give people an idea like what you can create with somebody that might be a friend of yours on the gram or a friend of yours in real life. What are some of the different products that we can create together, or that people could tag team and collaborate together, that they can offer individually on the same page, but they can work together to actually make it back?
mm. So one thing I'm seeing a lot of lately are master classes. So you and somebody else do a master class, but you sell it as a replay. You sell tickets to the master class. Another thing, a challenge. Another thing, maybe you know how to get business funding, and I know how to turn that business. I know how to get $100,000 and double it. Right now, you can collaborate, make an ebook together, or even better, both make your own ebooks, but you sell it in a bundle. Y'all split it that way, right? But make sure it's like yin and yang. Make sure you guys work together, and it's actually something that's beneficial for both parties. But there, you can get creative, like crazy creative. You can do a challenge, a 5 day live challenge together, a master class. You can do an ebook bundle together. You can do a mentorship group together. It's so many ways to get creative. Just know that, and let me make this 100% clear: collaboration over competition all the way, right? Because a lot of times people don't understand half of a watermelon is still bigger than 100% of a grape. A lot of
Wow,
times people
yeah,
say
that's crazy, bro. You gotta say that one more time.
half of a watermelon is still bigger than 100% of a grape. A lot of times we don't want to collaborate because we don't want to split it 50-50. We don't want no cuts. We want 100%. We want all of ours. But now it don't work like that. Little do you guys realize, little do a lot of people realize, I should say, is you'd probably make way more money doing it with somebody else than you would doing it by yourself. Why? Because now you have two audiences. It's not just my audience, now it's Brendan's audience. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times people don't want to do that because they're looking at it from a money point, or at it from a standpoint of, oh, what if they don't do the work? And you just make that very, very clear. Put all that to the side, just put in the work. And I promise you, collaboration over competition is the way to go. If anything, you should even try and be creative. What if that was your first digital product? You went in with somebody else that just says, if not better than you in a certain industry. That would probably go crazy.
Yeah. You're 100% correct on that. So maybe your next product or your current product, you should consider collaborating with somebody that might be already moving, or maybe if that person is already moving, putting two heads together, that'll definitely help you go a little faster, right? And like Ty was saying, you're gonna have access to two audiences, not just one. And you both can make a bag on it on your individual pages, or you can make it a bundle and you can share in the revenue, or you could do both, right? Then that first product can turn into multiple products after that. All right,
100%.
man. So tell the people how they can get in contact with you, how they can work with you, how you can help them run up 100K or more digitally with Instagram.
So if you guys don't know already, my Instagram, my YouTube, everything's the same at Tyjon. T is in Tom, AIJAUN. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I'm on it all. All right. And right now I have this program. This very is new. It's very new, and the reason it's new is because people we have mentorship groups, right? But I'm not calling this a mentorship group. I'm calling this a success group, right? And it's a 12-week accelerator, and it takes you from A to Z with Instagram, and it takes you from making no money to making over $100,000. The same kind of access, the same kind of treatment, the same kind of content that my yearly mentees are in. You get that in 12 weeks in the 12-week accelerator. That's something that I'm working on right now. If you're interested in that, just shoot me a DM and say accelerator, and I
Oh,
get back
it's
to
not
you.
available yet. It's coming out.
And it's available, but the price, I'm not even going to say it on here. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But for those of you who are ready to get started today, not tomorrow, I also have an Instagram marketing secrets ebook. You can go to sellanythingonig.com. That's SELL anythingonig.com, or hit the link in my bio. And that's an ebook going over everything, the whole Instagram game. I give you the best kind of posts to run right now. I give you the best kind of CTAs. I give you everything that you need to be successful with marketing on Instagram. And that person I was just in here saying they have $1,000 budget, $500 budget to spend, I would wholeheartedly recommend that you get that ebook first, so you know exactly what you're posting. You're getting on the right pages. You're posting the right stuff at the right time, right? Because there's a science to this. You can't just post whenever you want, however you want, and expect to make a bag. It doesn't work like that, right? Everything is the science, to the time that we make the post, to the color of the post. Like, there's a science to everything that we do. So if you want to tap in with me, man, just hit me on Instagram at Tyjon, YouTube at Tyjon, Google me at Tyjon. It all pops up. But other than that, yeah.
Listen, y'all, make sure you follow Tyjon. Head over to sellanythingonig.com. If you're interested in this accelerator, that sounds absolutely crazy. I might have to jump in there, no cap. So if this is something that you want to do, or maybe just want to start from the ebook, whatever it is, all the information will be in the caption below. Or if you're online, make sure you go to sellanythingonig.com and at Tyjon, or just Google his name. Like you said, it's all going to pop up. This has been another episode of the Imperfect Action Show, episode 70, with my guy, the Instagram expert, Mr. 100K. And what'd you say? 100K in 7 months. It might be 5 now. You know what I'm saying? It might be 3. Make sure you tap it with my guy. He's going up. He's only 20. He recently got a Tesla, and that video is on his YouTube. So you want to see what that is like, make sure you head over to his YouTube as well, bro. I appreciate you, man. Look forward to having you on again. Like I said, make sure you guys follow. We'll see you guys tomorrow on Imperfect Action Show, episode 71. It might actually be later because I might hit you guys with a pop-up. We'll see. I like to keep you guys surprised. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Let's go.